So, in one of his letters, Seneca says something to the degree of, on what grounds do you have to assume that just because a man has gray hair and wrinkles on his skin, that that man has lived long? That man has not lived long. That man has been long alive. And I believe that is a very powerful quote, because a large majority of people, an alarming majority of people, go through life not living, but merely existing. They go through life with no intention, no purpose, no experiences. They're merely passengers of their own lives. And even to say that they're passengers in their own lives is doing them a whole lot of justice. Most people are merely in the backseat of their own lives, right? They wake up every day, and every day is just as another day to them, right? They live every day as if every day is just another day. And if you live every day as if every day is just another day, then very soon your life becomes just another life. And when I say your life becomes just another life, I don't mean you have to be like a Seneca or a Martin Luther King, or one of those infamous, notable people in history, right? That's not what I mean. When I say your life becomes just another life, what I mean is that, what is your life like to you? Are you truly living, or are you just existing? Are you having experiences? Are you going towards your purpose? Are you living with intention? Are you in the driving seat of your own life? And for the most part, most people are not in the driving seat of their own lives. They're merely just, just existing. They're just there. They're not commanding their life, right? I said this, previously, and I said that most people are merely victims of time. And in the grand scheme of things, right, and in a broad sense, we're all victims of time, right? But I believe that some people are more of a victim of time than others, right? And what I mean by that is they simply just wait around for death, right? And if you simply just wait around for death and you don't truly live, then what's the point? What's the point of just existing if you're not living? What's the point of being here if you're not gonna be here? What's the point of you wasting this precious time that you've been given? And most people are merely just wasting their time. They're just wasting this precious time that we've been given. See, life is given to us only once, right? As far as we know, this is the only life that we have. I know a lot of people believe in reincarnation, or they have their own, they have their own concept or idea of what happens after we die, right? But even that itself is just a belief, and a belief isn't necessarily true. No one knows for sure what happens after we die. We may come back here, we may reincarnate, we may go to a place that people call heaven or hell. People have their various beliefs. But as far as we know, this is the only life that we have. This is the only time that we've been given. And every single day that you waste, every single hour that you waste, every single year that you waste, you are wasting this precious time that has been bestowed upon us. Right? Seneca also says, we complain a lot about life being short, right? You'll hear people say, life is so short, I wish I had more time. And he says that life isn't necessarily short. For the most part, we just waste most of it, right? And I kind of agree and I kind of disagree. I believe that life in itself is short. Because if you actually think about it, the average lifespan of a person is 70 something years old. Most people, or the average person, lives until that age, a bit right after retirement. And for most of that 70 something years, we spent most of those years unlearning some of the things that we've learned. Or we spent most of those years, discovering who we truly are, right? So I agree that to an extent life is short, right? But I also agree that we waste a whole lot of the life that we've been given, right? Think about how much time we waste in self-doubt. Think about how much time we waste, you know, aligning ourselves with negative thoughts, speaking down on ourselves, and just overall dwelling in this space of negativity. Think about how much time we waste in frivolous things and, gossiping and things that have no, precise intention. We waste a whole lot of life doing things that aren't necessarily, necessary, right? Most people, for the most part, they wake up and they don't truly appreciate the little things in life. They don't appreciate the fact that they get to live another day. They get to live another year. Most people don't truly appreciate that. And the fact that they don't appreciate it means that they waste it. They live with no intention. They live with no purpose. They're merely just a headless chicken with no aim. Right? And what's the point of having this life and being here if you're not going to make the most of it? What's the point in you wasting this little time that we've been given? Right? Most people, once they get to a certain age and they look back at their life, they really wish that they've made the most of the life that they've been given, right? A lot of people right now are 60, 70, 80 years old and they have a whole lot of regrets. A lot of people are living in this state of remorse, They wish that they've just lived differently, that they've done more, that they've lived life according to their desires and their wishes. They've lived life with a purpose. Right? So I say all this to say, don't allow time to just simply pass you by. Don't allow yourself to become merely a passenger of your own life. As far as we know, this is the only life we have, so why not use it? As far as we know, we might not even, make it to 70 years old, right? A lot of people die young. People are dying, as young as 5 years old, even younger than that, right? But you're here, right? If you're watching this, you have a life, you're alive. So why not make the most of it? Why not live your life with some intention? Why not become the driver of your own life? Why not exercise some autonomy over your own life? You're already here, so you might as well use it, right? Either you're gonna use it or you're gonna lose it, right? Either you're gonna make the most of it or you're simply gonna allow life to just pass you by. And what's the point of doing all that, right? You owe it to yourself to make the most of this time. So use it wisely. Don't be a passenger of your own life. Don't allow life to just simply pass you by. Make the most of it. Start living with some intention, right? Become the best possible you. Become someone that you can look in the mirror and truly love and admire, right? But you're never gonna be the person that you can love and admire if you don't utilize your life, alright? Peace and blessings.